That was a close one.
I know, you were giving it your all to defend me. But I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air.
I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
Me! I don't care about you, it's all about me! But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks. What, tricked?
That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart.
Oh, another jam like always. Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, my ghost will come after you with my sister and will haunt you.
I do not have to worry about that. I will just lock you into my coffee pot. By the way, I do not have a coffee pot, so your threat is useless on me.
Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearlie? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that.
Sweetie, you know a lot of things not, so no need to worry your head about that.
Court will now reconvene. Now the first order of— Oh!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. She witnessed a door. That is not witnessing a channeling.
Witness, your name and occupation, if you please.
Hi, Phoenix. How you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. She's kind of right, but also kind of needs to shut up. Yes!
Name and occupation.
I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self.
That's fine. I really have nothing against a witness like you being whipped into shape.
That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip.
Hey!
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder, you racist stereotype.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. Name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
No, let's all be one big happy family, okay?
Only the doctor and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer that broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim, and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in that room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Wrecking course! Excuse me? Wrecking course! It's short for ya reckon? Course I did! Hey! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's say here, this here's a picture. My god, that is... Wow. It's like the Steel Samurai case. Case closed.
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and victim were in the room.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Was it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not?
Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them?
Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two who went into the room.
Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the chain link chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness continue.
Was it really a gunshot?
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why didn't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
And why are we here listening to the defense testify?
And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Your testimony in case 1-4 was shit because you saw nothing and technically you heard nothing. Now this is where the story heats up. So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then?
Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need to apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
I don't need to hear that from you.
Oh really? That's something I would have liked to see.
Judge is smiling rather openly. We'll take that as a good sign.
And what did you see once you broke in?
Are you sure it was the defendant Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lotta seems awfully confident in her testimony. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room? Yes, whatever, I don't care what she says. When you saw the murderer at the time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct?
Well, you see...
Order! Miss Hart, we are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry. Good. This shifts back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
For all you know, she and Dr. Turner Gray switched positions in clothes and hair. It's possible in this game. Exactly. Rats! And I'm trapped like one. Again!
Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black.
Was there really no one else in there? What about... Yeah, I think Solid Snake would be capable of pulling it off, but he's not in the game. What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Rat given!
What in the...
Rat given, you know. Yeah, rattin'? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind the folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart?
Why? You got a problem?
Right, Given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying things that's Rick, oh!
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or do you not? Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with the testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture.
Neither could you do that in the Steel Samurai, but for about 1.5 days everybody was wondering if it really is Will Powers in that thing, so don't try to sound smart in this case.
However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
What am I gonna do if I just let this go?
What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say.
If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? No, I don't think that this was the case. Yeah, I haven't played this game in at least this case in a really long time, so I really don't think that there's anything I can present.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
That's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
I think it is quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you. Totally 100% impossible.
Miss von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Ugh. Stupid boobs! God, I hate this idea. Oh dear God! I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? Pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Technically, considering how small, your boobs should be popping out of that thing. You should be sliced in half from the tiny underwear, or you ripped it and you're actually going commando under that thing right now. And the stupid necklace would be choking you. God! Why did the developers think this was a good idea? God, that's just disgusting! Anyway, what are you trying for? What are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go! But how? She's already taking away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Sometimes I feel like every Ace Attorney case is like the first chapter of Night of Ratatosk. It's disgusting that every few minutes they flash back to something I saw just a few minutes ago. It's insulting to everybody's intelligence.
Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, Ow!
It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Kalma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this.
Tough! Work doesn't go that way for you.
Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry, give us another testimony.
Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the chain link chamber. Why can't I just be given a multiple choice question of, do you have a specific question to ask the defendant? Not the defendant, the witness. Then we can say, how many pictures did you take? Then we would be able to circumvent all these many texts and just get to the damn plot twist of having a second photo already. Okay, I got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was von Kalma's whip that got through to him. When we broke into her room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm real bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I still have problems pronouncing the W right. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Really, I think Franziska is my second favorite prosecutor in the games I've played. First being Edgeworth. Yeah... 2 pictures. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where is the other picture you have been withholding? Maybe it is an upskirt shot. No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything back. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows it herself.
Then why have you not shown this other picture to this court yet?
Why ain't it obvious? The prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Kalma!
But Miss von Kalma, you're hiding critical evidence. I certainly was expecting that from your father, but from you?
Unforgivable, von Kalma. Suppressing evidence like that. You're as bad as your father. I don't think it really does much of a difference, but whatever. Act like a big man. Your Honor, the defense asked that Prosecutor von Kalma be held in contempt of court. Silly Phoenix. Only defense attorneys can be held in contempt of court, not prosecutors. Because prosecutors are practically second to God in this game.
Well, oh!
Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair! That's like saying, Franziska pushed me. God, not up, man. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. If that's your lack of composure when you're angry, you should see me. I would make you run into the men's toilet and hide in there for hours.
Miss von Kalma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. Well, technically, yes, if there was nothing in it, that somehow added more guilt to the defendant beyond the reasonable doubt of her being guilty, there's no real need to submit it. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Wow, some decently sized boobs in this game. Finally. You know, visibly decibel size.
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
Well, I think the more important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Should I or should I not insist that the person's picture is not Maya? Technically, it's not Maya. In reality, it's also not Maya, because if Maya actually killed somebody, I think she'd be really cool. Which she isn't. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey.
Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance. I mean, she's not completely flat around the chest area.
There is only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. I guess if you want to call spirit channeling that way, then yes, it would be a legit argument, but what the hell am I talking about? It's channeling spirits!
Order! 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 Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
No, the person who went into the channeling chamber was Maya Fey. The person in this picture is not her. Big difference. Also, she is not visible in this picture, so, again, big difference. Mia, we did it! You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor von Kalma's face. She's smiling. I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
Miss von Kalma, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture.
Boobs!
This was taken yesterday at Detention Center's visitors' room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Aside from that being an arm and part of a torso in a blue suit, nothing shows that it's actually Phoenix. Oh my god, Phoenix was channeling somebody as well.
Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
It's unbelievable that she can...
However, it is true. When Maya Fey is in this state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. I wonder if she knows what she's doing. Mia! Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. That picture can't be submitted as evidence. Majority of the evidence in cases can't be admitted because majority of it is gotten illegally if you think about it. Obviously, this picture is illegal. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. Then you have every right to use it. For personal reasons, not in your job, actually.
From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burnt into the judge's mind. I mean, come on. Who can forget those chesticles? I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. If I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person's picture is not Maya?
Yes, I can.
Your Honor.
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture... Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange in this picture? I'm probably going to start using the stylus for this overall. Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it.
And that is exactly what is so wrong. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Alright, this should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Stop getting distracted by the pretty thing and look at that pretty thing. And by that I mean her face. Ugh, she's got the condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
Yeah, that description pretty much applies to everybody in this world. If those fools down at the present hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. Technically, she is absolutely correct about that.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming to him. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at the next salary discussion. I thought you were going to use the heel on him. Poor gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo it would appear that right after the shooting there was none.
The judge is confused by the strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Oh!
Ah! Mommy!
The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete
complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Witness! Hey! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a girl a favor? Be quiet, you! You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see! Look, sis, you look mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Yow! I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did that fella vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Because you're a giant baby. Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright.
I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name.
But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in it to turn things around even now?
Turn things around?
That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix?
So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before he broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left the room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true...
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the chain link chamber is... technically that, I think. I'm sorry, but I simply can't. You see? And the reason is quite simple, because there is no explanation, that's why.
As I thought, another big waste of this court's time.
Phoenix, you can't just give up like that. But Mia... rethink things one more time, there has to be an explanation. I'm already perfect, so of course my conclusions are also perfect. Calm down, let's try this one more time. Yes, but... the question you shouldn't ask yourself is... did the person enter before he broke in? You should ask... the person was in the room before they went in. By they meaning Gray and Maya. Not before you forced the way into the chamber. That was a good 15 minutes beforehand. What evidence? Oh yes, of course, the key. Sort of. I think. Was it the key? Mia kept telling me about the key. Whatever, I still have a full health bar, and in the next part I am gonna do some psych locks anyway, so I can restore it.
Okay.
I've already seen it. No, you haven't. Thank you.
And what is the purpose of this item?
Don't you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you're doing.
I think it is the court that should be sighing at you, Mr. Wright.
Ow. That stung. Whatever. This is the nice thing about multiple choice. If you get it wrong, you can just try again and get it right. And stop giving me so many freaking stupid... God. Maya had left the chain link chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her Aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than a detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room.
I'm still gonna go with the key. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I'll see. Hey, that's a channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of its kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Yes.
Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. You take gifts from little girls? Ew. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. Yeah, why wasn't she? Then again, I'm sure we're gonna find that out in the next part. That's preposterous! This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. Technically, not really. If she left the room at some point during the channeling, you would have seen her because that room has no secret exit or anything like that. If she had not, then I would not be holding the key you see before you. No!
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer.
Spoilers, it is not.
The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Kalma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant is not possible.
My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sister?
You didn't recognize her? You didn't somehow scream in joy when you saw her standing next to Phoenix and embraced her? Who else was supposed to have summoned her? You? Technically you could have, but you didn't.
Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly! I knew you were special! Hey Nick, did you know?
It's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick? I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
God forbid the court actually demands the defendant to testify about something. They could very well have not reconvened, just said, would the witness please leave, and may the defendant take the stand, and we'll ask her, did you leave the room, do you remember? If she can't say no, then we might get into a more trial, or actually get to a real impasse.
And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
They could have been in there beforehand. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in the room, for instance?
Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets?
A ticket?
Poor thing. So sheltered.